Okay. Are you ready?
Ready, dude.
Hell yeah! Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Average Golf Talk. Papa Spice here. I am with...
Papa Spice.
That's my host name.
I didn't know this.
You don't watch, do you?
I don't.
So we have a guest on that doesn't watch. This is great. We have another average golfer here. His name is Chris, Average Golfer Davis. Chris Davis. Welcome to Average Golf Talk.
You know,
your first time part of it.
Happy to be here. Long time listener, first time on the show.
Sure. Yeah. Really avid fan over here.
Yeah. I do have a piece of spicy golf merch. I have a hat.
The one I just gave you?
Yes.
Okay. So he's got that.
But I
now.
have been asking for a long time to get it, so it's great to know that you guys have new merch up on the site. That all of your fans like me.
Well, yeah, we didn't
asking for a while.
Well, yeah, that's because we didn't have a site before, but now we do.
I'm just saying, it's great.
Well,
there are lots of other average golfers like me who want to get into the spicy golf game, and
I didn't realize this was a brand review tonight. I thought we were going to talk about the Masters. This is supposed to be the Masters preview show. Slightly above average topic, just because it's near and dear to our hearts as well as golfers around the world. But yeah, so I thought I'd bring on my go-to golfing partner here in Chicago, Mr. Chris Davis. Very happy somewhat happy now that you're here, even though I'm at your place. We're doing this like in the same room with another person. At least for me, that's really unique because Matt's, we're two separate places.
Hey, first time for me as well.
There you go. So we're going to talk everything Masters. We're going to talk about fun stuff, maybe some slightly boring, generic stuff. Who knows? We've got a lot of stuff to cover, but I figured it'd be worth our time to get to know you a little bit. Again, I am Papa Spice. Do you want to give yourself a nickname or alter ego?
Yes, but maybe not right yet.
Not yet. That's fair.
It's a lot of pressure. I didn't know that this was coming. So.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
That's fine. We may or may not cover all of this, but what I would like to ask you, though, average golfer Chris, how would you describe your golf playing style?
My golf playing style is hitting bombs. I swing hard all the time. It isn't always the most accurate, but we're long off the tee. We're decent in the mid-range game, and then we have opportunity to improve in the short game.
Yes.
I think, about 35 to 40 putts around. So that's pretty consistent.
That's right, because you do keep track of all of that. I do not do that.
Yeah. Putts, fairways hit in regulation, greens in regulation.
He's got scorecards to prove it. I've seen it.
So... yeah, you want to see, how we're doing, and that's unfortunately pretty consistent, about 35 to 40 putts around.
If I had to describe, I want to come back to bombs. You don't hit bombs. You do swing hard.
Hit bombs.
You choke down as if you're using the driver as a putter, and the only word that comes to mind are beamers.
Well,
like low frickin' beamers. That's all you hit. There's no high draw. There's no fade. It's low penetrating beamers. But and by beamer, I mean literally like a foot off the ground. That's what I mean by that.
That's an exaggeration. However, the reason I did it was to have a more consistent swing with the drive. And by shortening the shaft length a little bit, this is not a driver that I had fitted. So shorten the shaft a little bit, choke down a little bit, have a more consistent, repeatable swing, has made it easier for me to, know where my drive is going to go off the tee.
I feel that was an average golf lesson right there. Well done.
There we go.
I think I might already know the answer to the second question. Favorite golf course in Illinois? Just Illinois.
Yeah, so that's going to be McRae Memorial. As you can see, it's Jacob's.
We're for sure going to be doing just a review of McRae, and I want to get their golf head pro on and tear them a new one. It's truly a goal of mine, and that will be happening at some point this year.
I wish you luck with that.
Yeah. Tell the folks why it's near and dear to your heart.
They say I may not be part of that episode.
Oh, I see.
So I can return there.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
I live right across. When I was growing up, I lived right across the street from it. My dad would take me out when I was younger, and we would do 3 holes. We live in one corner by the course, so we do 3 holes every night. And then before going in for dinner, took lessons there, learned to play there. Still, very fun course. It's in great condition. It just is, the greens are exceptionally challenging. And Jacob often gets frustrated, which is awesome and hilarious to see.
Yeah, sure. Again, that's going to definitely be another episode. I don't want to get into all of it, but it's bullshit. Anyways, okay, last one. Biggest pet peeve on the golf course.
Can I do my favorite course I've ever played?
Yeah, that's a poll. Okay, let's finish with that one, sure.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the meat of it all. Yeah, go for it.
Favorite course I've ever played, Old Collier National.
Oh, yeah.
Down in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Kapalua, but...
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most interesting round I've ever played with, too. It was my ex's dad, a former PGA. How do you really think about it?
Another episode.
Yep. So he's the member. He invited me. He was with 2 of his buddies. One is the former head of U.S. Steel, former CEO of U.S. Steel. But the other was former PGA pro Peter Jacobsen.
Peter Jacobsen, yeah.
So that was quite the round. We had British caddies who caddy 6 months in Scotland, 6 months in Florida.
That's right. I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So it was by far the best experience I've had in a golf course.
What made the course stand out to you? Other than obviously, you're golfing with some cool guys, but what was maybe like the one aspect of the course that is, makes it your favorite?
Immaculate conditions, obviously, but challenging yet playable layout.
Nice.
So for everybody, because even Peter, he's older guy, so he's not hitting him as far.
Mm-hmm.
So he was playing the same tees that we all were. It allowed us to shape shots. It made you think out there. You had to use your caddy, but it wasn't overly challenging.
No, that's awesome. I always, what makes a course special to me is that I can use every club in my bag.
Yep.
For the round. Like that's what, anytime that happens, I'm like, it's regardless of the score. It's been a good day. Because like you said, it's challenging but fair, but it makes you think, and you can play different shots, all that good fun stuff. So, cool. Nice. All right. Well, now you know a little something about Average Golfer Chris. Do you have anything before we get into the meats and potatoes of the episode? Anything you want to talk about? Golf, non-golf?
I can give you my biggest pet peeve.
Oh, we're still on you. Okay.
Well, why?
That's fine. No, go ahead.
I don't have anything to plug.
That's fine. Go ahead. Biggest pet peeve. Go.
People picking up your ball. Unfortunately.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, we've played. We like to bounce around the Chicago area, and far more often than should happen.
Or maybe you just lose your ball.
No. It's on our fairway. That's the thing. It's on our fairway. People coming onto our fairway, and I'm just looking at balls. One time, I don't remember if it was you or me, like a guy just took one of our balls.
I think it's probably you because it does really happen to me.
Okay.
Sorry. I either lose it or I don't. But yes, that is annoying.
You gotta watch out for that. And Chicago golf courses that are public because
sketchy.
Those guys are out there.
Sketchy. Yeah. I think we're still recording. I hope. Yeah, I think so. No, I would say I think multiple times you've called it out at McRae. So maybe it speaks to the clientele out there. Just saying. Yikes. All right. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to give a brief recap for those of you hopefully did watch the Masters last year. We're going to recap some of our personal highlights, what made it stand out for us, and kind of what made, I think, the Masters of last year more unique than years prior to 2022. And then we're going to get into predictions, what we think is going to maybe take place, things that we're maybe excited about, hot takes, who knows? Spicy takes. Love that. Definitely going to be a segment. So we're going to get right into it. So, quick recap. If you've been living under a rock for the last year, Scotty Scheffler is our returning defending champion.
Still playing well.
Still playing exceptionally well. Not to give away my pick, but he's going to win.
Good thing you didn't give away your pick.
Good thing I didn't give it away. Another highlight, and I know we were texting about this earlier today or last night where, I don't know, you kind of like came at me a little hot. Like, Tiger making the cut was like a huge deal.
You're saying last time.
Yeah, because he's coming off the injury and everything. Now it's just like, now how we think of Tiger is like, if he just survives now, because I know his body's been through a lot.
He's got 1.5 legs.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's a huge win. So I thought him making the cut last year was like awesome. Won a futures bet off of that. So thank you, Tiger. Yeah, I don't know. Any other reaction? I don't know.
I think the most interesting bet that I've seen out there is plus 1/2 tampons handed out on the course.
That's an actual bet?
No.
Oh. Gotcha. Giddy up. I don't really know how to segue into that other than food. Did you check out okay, are you like me where you actually check out the winner's dinner selection?
Yeah.
You do that? Okay. Yeah. So I've looked at, I should actually pull it up. I'm a little too lazy, but I've looked at like the last 7 or 8 winners. I got to tell you, man, Hideki's from 2021 looked unbelievable. And for those that have not seen his menu choice of what he served last year, appetizers, assorted sushi, sashimi, and nigiri, yakitori chicken skewers, starting off real hot. Second course, miso glazed black cod with a dashi, if I'm not destroying that pronunciation, broth. Sounds, are you a fish guy?
Big fish guy.
Big fish guy? Okay, so I love cod. It's one of my personal favorites.
Yep.
And then Wagyu beef.
Wagyu beef.
Oh, dude. 5-ouncer Wagyu beefy ribeye with mixed mushrooms and veggies and a Sancho daikon ponzu sauce. And then for dinner, dessert, Japanese strawberry shortcake. Dude. Strong showing by Mr. Hideki. And everyone was concerned that he was going to like kind of go crazy with, being from Japan and whatever. I think that is a exceptional introduction to Japanese cuisine if, you've never partaken.
Well, I was going to say, great job by him having Japanese flair, but also not too off the rails that it is something that everybody can have.
Right. 100%.
Stands in sharp contrast too. Talk about the quality of his menu and what he's offering there.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Tiger who did like cheeseburgers?
Tiger's was bad, dude. I don't know if you have it up, but I looked at his. It was not good. And the other one that stood out to me that was also subpar. Not to say it wasn't a good meal, but just like it's kind of safe and easy was DJ's. DJ was like.
That makes sense to me.
Beef and whatever. Like it's a go-to. It's easy. I understand that. But yeah, Tiger's was not so great. He didn't have some good ones. You got it up?
The last one, it looks like the Augusta roll.
Yeah.
So tempura shrimp, spicy tuna, avocado. So sushi roll there. Prime steak and chicken fajitas. Interesting to go
the fajita side, I don't know.
Well, to go from sushi to fajitas.
Yeah.
And then he had flan, churros, and sopapillas.
So we're really covering the globe. It's like a la carte international.
It doesn't, there's no theme to this.
There's no theme.
He doesn't know what he wants it to be.
No, and the transition, like you're saying, the transition from one to the next is not so great.
No.
I know.
What? I mean, hey, the man had won multiple times, so maybe at that point he's like, you know what? I don't care.
It's fine. It's fine at that point. The last thing we'll talk about food, even though, Patrick Reed, boo, Jeter, boo. Have you, his, man? So with me, being from the South, like, his was awesome because I thought it covered everything that should be covered in kind of a Southern-inspired dish. And had some unique, I wouldn't say unique, but just like go-to staples that you should really, really have. So if you haven't yet, check out Patrick Reed's. His was really good.
Can I add one more food thing?
Are you gonna ruin that for me? I had that as a talking point.
Oh, then never mind.
Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait.
Okay.
Because I have a tie-in.
All right.
I'm coming back to food.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
At this time, live golf rumors were swirling. Okay. So that was a thing. No one had committed yet because they started in June of last year. But this was where, ooh, Phil sucks, and live and everything like that. Which, yes, they do. Not a hot take. It's just true.
It's definitive now.
It's definitive. And anything on the live thing? Or I know we've got more live stuff to come. Do we want to save some of that?
I mean, I just think I guess not so much from 2022. No.
Okay.
If we want to talk 2023, I have thoughts there.
Okay, cool. Let's save it. Other notable ones that we had, there was the announcement that they were going to do some course changes, specifically to number 13 with the tee boxes and the yardage. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I don't know. The last part I have here. What was most memorable for you for last year?
Rory coming oh so close once again.
But didn't it feel like he wasn't, though?
Yeah.
Like, it was already... I mean, it was one. It was
Scotty's.
Yeah. It was one.
But it just was like, you kind of felt bad because, there he is walking up 18 Sunday, and it just is like, man, another opportunity gone by, You kind of felt like if Scotty wasn't playing so incredibly, it was a great chance for him.
Without a doubt. I was actually tuning in more to his round because he was paired with Morikawa. So I was watching them more than I was Scotty for like the last couple holes. And yeah, it was a glimpse into the old Rory is coming back. And I thought, granted he didn't win a major last year, but had arguably, I think for stat wise, without pull it up maybe in a little bit, had one of his best career years by a stats percentage, tees to green, putts, all that good fun stuff. So yeah, that was a big one for me as well. I would also say, I had a thought. I'll come back to it. That one was one that I noted as well, though. Okay, a couple quick questions. Do you know who the youngest player is to win the Masters?
Spieth?
Nope.
Tiger?
Yep. Tiger won at the mere age of 21 years old and 104 days.
97?
In 1997. Yep.
So partial credit on that one.
Yeah, partial. What about the oldest?
That I don't know.
He's a mentor to all golfers. An icon.
Oh, Jack Nicklaus?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I remember that.
He won his sixth time. Won at the age of 46 years and 82 days when he won back in 86. It's pretty damn impressive.
And that's the oldest.
That's the oldest for the Masters.
Which, unfortunately for Tiger, not great news.
He's
47.
I know. Yeah. I think...
He's got 1.5 legs.
Yeah, dude. I know. It's
just sad.
It is sad. Of course it's sad. I don't want to make this a bummed out episode about Tiger.
No, I know, but...
Yeah, I mean, he might as well have a walker out there.
But hey, he made the cut to Genesis.
Yeah.
He had
his own tourney.
Moments, flashes.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. I mean, I forgot. I looked this morning what the lines were for him, even to make the cut, and I actually think it was sub 100. It's pretty, which
Of course he knows.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he has played a ton. He said that he spent a ton of time hitting all sorts of lines, shaping shots both in his backyard and at his club. So, I mean, I think in terms of preparation, he can't be in a better spot. I think it just physically is, can he hold up? Because mentally he's got it.
Without a doubt. Yeah. So, we'll see.
Yep.
Last one I've got for you. Do you know how Amen Corner got its name?
That I don't.
So I was actually doing some reading, and the story is like pretty weak in my opinion. So this was dating back to when Arnold Palmer was still playing. The name was attributed to Sports Illustrated writer Herbert Warren Wind, who christened it as such. And the manner in which he did it was he was describing the way Arnold Palmer was playing those holes in a somewhat miraculous manner. And somehow just christened it, made some... He did say, it's supposed to say like amen corner or something like that from henceforth.
I feel like if it was any other golfer and not Arnie,
yeah,
then it probably wouldn't have stuck.
Probably didn't suck. Yeah, that's fair. So I thought there was a cooler story to that, but that's it. Didn't really have to do with the quick the recap, but trivia is always fun. So I thought, I thought the 2022 Masters was great. I thought you also saw a lot of up and coming, kind of new, fresh blood. Not in the sense that like these are guys that just made the tour, but like they've been on the tour and haven't, or now they're starting to do things. Morikawa was he's been around, obviously.
Zalatoris.
Yes, our boy.
Even Finau. I know he's a little bit on the older side there, but
started out well, yeah. Just a lot of like kind of those mid-tier to upper, like breaking into the upper echelon type of guys. It was nice to see them, have a good showing. I think Xander was doing fairly well for a while, but now looking to this year, all right. Now, I've got something that I'm most looking forward to. What are you most looking forward to this year? It could be anything about the Masters. Unless you want me to start.
No, I think to me, it's going to be watching Rory.
That's a good one.
I think that's the biggest storyline is, he's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quite as well as Scotty, but still playing very well.
I mean, I'd say for sure neck and neck. Like, especially I don't know if you watched any of the Dell's match play.
Yeah.
Like, stroke for stroke, those guys are just... It's those two and then everybody else right now.
And when Rory has done well historically, he's at the Masters, he's played well leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's got another tier to go to. So we'll see if it's this weekend.
I hope so. I am pulling for him. That is one of the items I'm looking forward to, but the one I'm looking forward to the most is that the Taste of the Masters hosting kit is back. If you haven't seen this, for a mere $175, you can go and purchase all of the food that is served at the Masters, but make it yourself at home. This is the second year. They're bringing it back. It was a hit. I didn't want you to ruin it. They kicked this off last year. It was such a big hit. This thing sold out, I'm not joking, in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, this sold out. Which, who knew egg salad, pimento cheese, pork barbecue, potato chips, barbecue chips, cookies, and then master branded souvenir cups and paper and coasters.
And you get the little flags too.
Oh, you do get the little flags?
Oh, yeah, you get the little...
I see. I missed those.
Yeah.
Oh, those are fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's really why people are buying it.
I think it's for the cups, and now I'm going to side with you and say the flags as well. Yeah.
I mean, I think that it would be great to try it next year.
Go halvesies?
I would love to.
All right, let's sign us up for that.
We can buy it and then eat it while watching the Masters on Sunday.
Wow, such a great idea.
Right.
That's probably why they made this thing.
Right.
Hip hip hooray.
Even though it's 12 to 14 guests, we'll just eat it ourselves.
oh my God! There's that much. Missed that part in the description. We are going to be quite full. No, I'm looking forward. It's just cool to see this back because I think it's, I don't know. It's so corny that it freaking works. Like, sign me up for it. So yeah, if you haven't, well, you can't get it anymore. The kit is all sold out, but scope it out. It's actually pretty cool. As we mentioned before, the newest changes to the golf course, hole number 13, Azalea, which is a par 5, has been extended 35 yards. For those that may or may not remember what 13 is, this is the one that a lot of the guys off the tee box bomb it over the left-hand side to cut the corner. It runs down to the valley. You've got the creek down there, and then it's
sloped up on the right a little bit.
Yeah, it's sloped up, and then you can just have a nice, easy chip up. But again, if you veer right, you're in the pine straw. You're in the woods for sure. You'll see, like, I forget what year it was, with Tiger who had the miraculous hit out of there. Just look it up. You'll know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, so they wanted to.
Did Phil also have a shot out of the trees?
Phil did as well. Yeah.
Right?
There's been a bunch. A bunch, but Phil and Tiger.
That was the year I think Phil won it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And now I'm saying, like, did Bubba have one the year he won? Maybe. I know he had
in the playoff hole.
I know in the playoff hole, but I wonder if he had it in regulation. I don't know. Could be making that up. But yeah. So the reason they did this, though, if you read up on it, is they want to deter guys from trying to cut that. So they want to really make it more, because again, guys could get there in 2 very easily. So now they're pushing the envelope to kind of make it like you have to get there in 3, and kind of force, again, to like almost lay up on the hill, have it run down, or play a nice draw. So it'll be interesting for guys like Scotty this year, that last year you could get away with it, but now it's like, I mean, I don't know how long that carry is. I'm sure it's a good amount of yards, but guys like Scotty who do not have a draw, a good one anyways, they've got somewhat of a draw.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. So the guys that normally play that little cut or like play a fade, it's going to be very interesting to see how they manage
that could be an advantage for Rory. I think he does well off the tee.
Well, he shapes it. Yeah. Any of those guys that, like, I'm thinking of Rory, Cantley's pretty consistent, Schauffele, any of those guys that can kind of just whip it out of the bag and, like, I'll just point to the spot and hit it. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that one this year.
It is, I think, a guy it's going to be more challenging for is Bryson.
Oh God, I forgot he's freaking playing, dude.
Oh, he's playing,
dude. I saw something. Was it on Golf Digest? I think on their Instagram account, and it just put, God, these guys are good, and it had a picture of Bryson, and I just put in the comments, used to be, got endless amounts of live fire, just blowing like all gas, no brakes, bro. Well, Jesus, better than you. And I'm like, yeah, prove it.
Do you remember when back in 2020, before the Masters, that was the November Masters? That was a fall Masters.
Oh, when DJ won, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he's looking at the course as a par 67 because he can reach all the 5s in 2.
That's right. I remember this schmuck.
Yeah, hypothetically, if you make 18 birdies, it's going to be 54, right? It's a perfect score, unattainable. He's like 67 every day, not, but it can happen. It could probably happen.
Yeah.
But then I think it was that year that he missed the cut.
Yeah. He didn't even make it into the weekend.
No.
Yeah.
So just hilarious. And then last year he didn't do very well either.
Nope.
It hasn't been good since.
No, because that was during bulking season.
It was.
And I think the dude forgot that when it comes to, Augusta, granted, we've never played it, average golf take here, like, it's very much like, yes, driving is super important, you have to be, but in the fairways and stuff like that, duh. But it's also forgiving in that way, but like where it's not is the chipping and the putting and like the mid-irons. Like if you can't maneuver just spots at Augusta like Tiger, like Rory, and be like, yeah, I can put a 7-iron anywhere I want, and I know I have to, like, if I'm going to miss, I got to miss here. Like, that's not Bryson. Bryson's just, maybe he's like a little bit more like us now that he's,
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you're speaking of not being able to shape, chips and put exactly on the green. That's me.
Hot take, is Bryson DeChambeau an average golfer?
I think Bryson DeChambeau is an average golfer.
I would love to have him on. Get him, maybe do a collab.
Yeah.
With the new hat, spicygolfco.com. Not endorsed by Bryson, never want to be, but I think he's...
but maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe.
But maybe. We'll see. Speaking of Bryce... There we go. Hey, we're back.
back, baby.
And we're back.
Technology's not
Technology, not our friend. All right, continue, please.
Yeah, so DeChambeau, 20 pounds lighter.
Yeah, that's insane.
Apparently did some blood tests, found out some food wasn't good for him.
That's right.
Didn't agree with his body.
Shocking.
Which,
shocking,
what?
Dude.
Yeah, he was eating upwards of 6,000 calories a day when he was put on 40 pounds.
He's such a moron.
So I think that's a little. I don't expect him to contend. I don't know that I even expect him to be top 20. I mean, he hasn't won in 2 years. He's
I don't think he makes the cut.
But
I'll put money on that.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays. And what were you going to say?
No. I think he's one of the few guys, one I really don't care about at all when it comes to any of the LIV players. Most of them I don't care about anymore. But to what you were just saying about, kind of expectations with him, I think it's dude, I don't think DJ is going to play well. I think if there was going to be anyone that one makes the cut and two actually make some noise or whatever, it would be, or sorry, I know I said Cam Davis, I meant Smith, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was getting that mixed up. I think it would be him. I don't know. I think just because he's
Cameron Smith.
Yeah, he's an unbelievable wedge player. He's a fantastic putter. Granted, I haven't watched, one segment of
Well, he's played
LIV
before.
Well, right, yeah, he's played well before, right? And to be good at Augusta, from what we've seen historically, is you have to be a good iron player. You have to roll the ball well. You have to do those things consistently. And so I think he stands.
It's the flow, Cotton.
I mean, it is the flow. Yeah. It sucks, man. He's one of the guys I was so cheering for, and then look, Tia Sharon, I know he went for the cash, all good. At least he was sort of transparent with it, even though he was being very coy at the Open when someone asked. But I think he would stand a decent chance. DJ, I just think DJ doesn't give a shit anymore, about really anything.
He's got
his
and
he's won already, so he's just I'll go do my thing, and if I make the cut, I make the cut, great. But am I expecting him to contend? I don't think so.
If you watch Polina's Instagram, which quite the Instagram, but no, I mean he's partying left and right.
Yeah, dude, they've been all around the place lately.
Yeah, which hey, good for you. You've got millions of dollars. I know he got a ton from LIV.
Yeah,
he's accomplished everything that as a junior golfer when you're growing up and I want to do this in the game. He's done it. He's going to get to play every match.
He's one of the best golfers to ever make it on and do the PGA of all time, and he'll go down in the history books for sure.
But I do think, to your point, I think they're going to struggle. I think that 4 rounds instead of 3 is going to make a difference.
Yeah. That Roman numeral is going to bite them in the ass.
They have to play par 3 on Wednesday. It's going to be long. It's not a shotgun start. So, you have different tee times for guys. I think all that, it just is going to be different golf. I would think even the crowd size, LIV golf crowds
100%.
haven't been big. So it's just now you're on TV, you've got, millions of people watching you. I think from all of that, it just is going to be a very different environment. Obviously they've all done it before, but do you adjust right back to it? I don't think they all do.
I don't think you do either. Did you see what Brooke said after? So he won. I think they were in Orlando. I think LIV was this most, comes on right after One Tree Hill, whatever.
Not that you watch One Tree Hill.
Yeah, not that I watch One Tree Hill. But one of the there was a reporter that kind of asked, hey, now in the lead up to the Masters, how are you feeling? What's your kind of sentiment? Are you excited? All that good fun stuff. And his response was, I'll be honest. I do, this is quote. I'll be honest. I do miss playing against Rory. I miss playing against Scotty. And I'm sure they miss playing against us as well. That's a fact. You always want to play against the best. That's going to make Augusta even more special, end quote. Thank you for fixing the A. I put thank you. Appreciate
you're
that.
welcome. Our shared sheet.
So here's my little take on that. First of all, I'm getting vibes because there was also a secondary piece that came out. I think it was while they were playing at Orlando or whatever this last stop was, about, because we're coming up on a year now of them officially being on Live, and so they've been asking a lot of the players, how has the first year been? Is it everything you expected? Blah 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 blah. I'm sure there's some guy behind them that's pointing some type of object at them. If they say a wrong answer, they'll see him after the round.
Oh yeah,
where it's very just
they'll send them to their version of the Turkish embassy.
Exactly. They're they will not be heard of again. And so a lot of them are like, I love it. It's been great. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure it has. And then
you don't have to play very often. You get paid millions of dollars.
So
guaranteed purse.
Brooks, apparently, it's just a rumor. He was rumored as saying, I want to come back to the tour. Now, Catch-22, which these guys, they are not the sharpest tools in the shed, that they did not read the fine print. Because apparently, again, this is just rumors at this point, that in order to leave Live, they have to pay 4 times back the amount of their signing bonus. So if, for example, Brooks was given a $50 million signing bonus, all of a sudden he has to pay $200 million to get off the tour. And they're not just coming after the money. They're coming after Jenna. They're going to take the house. They're going to take all of his stupid gimmicky costumes that he probably has, all that good fun stuff. And so I don't know. I just thought it was interesting for Brooks to... I don't know. I just thought it was interesting he would say that, because it's like, dude, these guys don't miss you at all. Like, I would say at the peak of your power, sure, they probably be missing you a bit, but there's been other guys that have taken your place. I can think of a great one that kind of, I think, has the potential, once he wins one, to be a little like Brooks in a way. I don't really like this comparison, but I'm just going to say what I'm going to say. Is like someone like Max Homa that has truly taken advantage. And Max works very hard. I love Max. He's one of my favorite guys.
Didn't he get one of the highest prizes for social media interaction?
Yeah, he's got the PIP thing and all that stuff. Yeah. But the dude works freaking hard. Yeah. And he loves the sport.
And personal.
Yeah, and an average golfer's guy. And spicygolfco.com. Yeah. No, I just think it doesn't take anything away from him, but with guys leaving, it's like, wow, man, there's even more opportunity now to really rise to the ranks, make a name for myself. And he does. I think he has.
It's been refreshing and impressive to see the quality of golfers still on the PGA Tour.
Without a doubt. And more coming in.
I thought for sure there was going to be a drop.
Yep.
I thought that you would notice the Live guys and you'd almost kind of be forced to watch that tour or go find it.
Yep.
And really, I don't think they've missed a beat.
I don't think so at all. And I think, there's you can rightfully say that, the PGA was forced with, upping the purses and all that stuff. It was coming, but it was accelerated. Yeah. But I agree with you, because I think that was everyone's concern. It's like, when DJ left, I think that's when everyone was like, oh, man, what if you have 2 more DJs go? What if Spieth goes? What if Cantlay goes? What if JT goes? Then what do you do?
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that's why they got signed by the CW, man. No one misses them.
No. And, I just think back to days playing sports competitively, which, I know you play a lot of sports too. You're an athlete, D1 soccer player for a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about competition.
100%.
And yeah, it can be competition just going out there, but you want to play in front of crowds.
Yes.
You listen to great competitors, you listen to MJ, you listen to Kobe, right? P. Rose, these guys love playing in front of crowds. They love playing in high pressure, high intensity atmospheres. And if you have a minimal gallery, on the CW.
Yep.
On a tournament that has no history.
Yep.
With no comparisons, on courses that are a tier below what the PGA is doing.
Yep.
You just don't have the same product.
No.
And it's hard, I'm sure, for these guys to get up for it. And I'm sure it's hard for them to find the motivation to play their best golf, especially knowing that they're going to get paid out regardless. And I think that we very well may see that this weekend.
Do you think that, not all, because not all of them, most of the guys on the suck, but do you think like that, what you just said, will light a fire for some of those guys where it's like, wow, man, like now instead of, I don't know, just call it 10,000 people, I've got like 100,000. Like I'm back, but it's like I'm back to being on a real stage again.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but I could see someone like Brooks like be like, oh man, this is like the Brooks of the past. Like, watch out. Because I'm sure those guys still work. You know, you hear about Rory saying this a lot where it's like, we all practice together. Like, I see these guys all the time. It's not like we don't see them. So, you know, I'm sure they're out there, you know, maybe some are still grinding as hard as they were. Maybe some aren't. But, like, I don't know. Do you think that does anything for them this weekend?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think getting back to this atmosphere, you know, I think they're going to enjoy it. I think juices will start flowing Wednesday, tomorrow, you know.
I think so too. Yeah.
But can you flip the switch?
That's just it.
And I don't know that anyone can.
Well, and I think a big piece to this is like they have not been under those big pressure moments like a lot of these other guys that have staying on the tour, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, these guys took the easy way out.
Yeah.
So not that they're, you know, that they're lacking in, you know, mental fortitude.
Right.
But they chose to take the easy way out, so, you know.
Yeah.
Does that play a role? It possibly could.
We will see. We will see. We've got down here, what are you most hopeful for? For me, that a LIV player doesn't win the Masters. I saw you didn't write anything. Do you just share that sentiment with me?
No, I mean, I think that would give LIV a lot of juice.
Yeah, I think it would too.
And
that's what I don't want.
No, and if they have a poor showing as a whole, then I think that that's going to cement the PGA status, and you're going to see more comments like Koepka.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome from a product standpoint and just pure like social media to have none of the LIV players make the cut. And I don't know how many are in the field.
I mean, that I think is asking too much.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
But like,
because you got all the past champions, you have amateurs, like you got too many people.
Well, and you've got guys that still have some status. You know, I think Harold Varner still has status, and so I think he's in the field. But you know, guys like that. So I'm going to take this one out because this is not pertinent. No, I'm with you. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll keep an eye, keep a watch as to how this all unfolds. Okay, let's get into predictions. All right, who we actually think is going to win this stuff. Okay, so I want to start though with your way outside shot as to who you think could win this. I'm talking like, I don't know, man, 150 plus 150 or higher.
Freddie Couples.
He's in there?
I think so.
Freddie? He's still alive?
Yeah, Freddie's in there.
I love Freddie.
Yeah.
No, he's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freddie's my guy.
I mean, what's not to love? Dude,
a few years ago.
I wish I had his swing as like, I don't know how old he is. How old is he? He's 63. I wish I had his swing. Yeah. Like his 63-year-old swing right now.
Yeah.
It is so smooth. It is so fluid. Effortless. I wish. But continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I mean, what was it? A few years ago.
Yeah.
He was like top 5 through Friday.
Yeah. When was that?
I think it was within like the last like 5-ish years, 5 to 7 years, something like that. I mean, he faded on the weekend. Mm-hmm. But he might have even been like top 10 going into Sunday.
He had. It's just going to show. Oh, here we go. Give me 1 second. So last year he didn't make the cut. Hold Here we go. Okay. So last year he didn't make the cut. 2021, I think this is what you're thinking of. Yeah. So 2018, he shot a 70, 72, 74, 73, and then a 72. But that was still T38. Nope, sorry. Here it is. 2017. Shot a 73 opener, 70, 74, 72. Tied for 18th.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, at that age.
Yeah, man. That's what, 5 years ago? Yeah, 6 years ago. So he was 55. If my math serves me right. That's really good.
So he had some spicy comments about hashtag spicy comments.
Oh, hashtag spicy comments, hashtag Freddie Cups.
He had some spicy comments
let's hear it.
About Liv. So
in regards just to like the Masters and everything.
Yeah. So I guess he made comments last month, basically bashing Phil. He called Phil a nutbag, and Sergio Garcia a clown. Which just awesome.
Just sick.
If you're gonna give Phil Mickelson $200 million at age 52,
oh yes,
to shoot 74 and 75, God bless him. Which awesome. Well, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh my god!
Yes, he's just absolutely right. There's nothing else to say.
Fred for Prez.
He just is right. And he's like, and so this week he was asked about it again, obviously leading into the Masters, and he's like, listen, like Sergio is one of the top 10 players I've ever seen hit a ball, but he said that if Sergio is going to make comments about the tour that I play, I'm going to make a comment back, and if it's offensive, I apologize, but they're on another tour, go play and have a good time.
Love it.
So he's jazzed up coming into it.
Yeah, I saw something this week too where he's like, I don't have a beef with these guys, but as soon as you start shit talking the PGA Tour, then I've got a problem with you because he said it, dude. He's been on the tour for 40 some years now or whatever it is. Like he's been on the tour for over 30 years. Yeah, like why wouldn't you want to of course you're going to stand your ground. So Freddie Couples love it.
He did say he's like, Brooks, DJ, like I'm not good enough to be paired with them.
Right.
Which I do think he won't be paired with them, but maybe
he's also 63.
Maybe he's lulling them into a full sense of security. This way they're thinking that Freddie's not going to be competitive, don't have to worry about him. And all of a sudden, Friday morning,
under the radar
on the leaderboard, he's not the top.
You know what? Hot take: he's going to make the cut this year. I'm going to put that. I'm going to find that futures bet. I'm going to find that.
Yep.
Okay, I like that one. I want to see what odds for Fred Couples to win the Masters. What do you think? Is it plus 80,000?
Oh yeah, probably 10,000.
No, it's not.
I think that's max.
So for a top 10, it's plus 3,000.
Oh, I don't think I'd take that.
I wouldn't take that either.
but it's Vegas is saying that there's a chance.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a look.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I like that one. For me, dig into the archives. He's not as old as Freddie Couples, so it can't be archives. Harris English. Remember when he was relevant?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
barely, but yes.
Ryder Cup player. Yeah, dude. When he had his
No, I know. I'm just
okay. You know who he is, right? Yes. Okay. All right.
But he was just not the same Harris English that we used to be.
No, it was after he had his surgery. It's been tough for sure.
Yeah.
He's started to come back this year. He's made a couple cuts. It's been difficult, but I've always been a fan of his. I think he carries himself well. I think he's just a very personal guy. And look, dude, he's we've seen it. He's got the dog in him. He's got the dog in him. And I think if I forget what he had surgery on. I can't remember if I think it was his leg or his back or something. I don't know. Look, you can fact check me on that. But he's got the dog in him. We've seen the boy eat, and dude can take down a meal. And I think if he gets a spark in him and the body's feeling good, am I anticipating a win? No, not necessarily. A top 25? Definitely not out of the question.
For sure.
Like, he's got the driving ability and the distance for sure. But most importantly, man, like, in his, before the injury and everything, swinging the irons and the putting was unbelievable. Like, he's a okay chipper of, fairly decent chipper of the ball as well. But, like, irons were just like, I'm going to put this to where I need to put this.
Yeah. And it's known, too, that this tournament, compared to other Masters, is easier to contend in if you're a true contender.
Yes, for sure.
Because they have so many, like, past champions and so many auto bids to it.
Right.
That you really have, like, 30 guys who can realistically say that they have a shot to win it. So
without a doubt.
I think finishing top 25 is a very reasonable possibility for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I know he's, a big underdog. I think I saw it as like 280 or plus 300 or something like that. But I would not be surprised to see his name in the upper echelon of the leaderboard come Saturday. So we'll see. All right, how about who's... Next one I've got down here is making some noise. And what I mean by that is, like, who's a guy that is really hot right now? Like, that is poised. Is it poised? Poised. Poised. Thank you. Poised. To really, like, okay, man, I'm really going to try to take a step in my career this year. Who's that guy for you right now? Who comes to mind? I've got two. I know I've got one of them listed that you can see, but I got the other.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm gonna not answer your question first, but you put, who's gonna make some noise here?
Yeah.
I want to say Tiger.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's Tiger.
Roar.
And the man has been practicing, and he's ready to go. And his comments were solid, I think.
Yeah.
Into it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be quite challenging for him to contend the whole weekend, but I think at some point we'll all be watching and we'll be like, Tiger could have a chance. String together a few birdies.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I think there'll be that moment. There'll be a maybe moment. Of course, CBS will drag it on probably 9 holes too long.
Yes, of course, as they do.
No, but I think somebody who actually has potential here to make noise, Finau.
Here we go.
I know.
It's the same story every year with him.
3 top 10s in his last 5.
Look at where he's won, though.
He's made the cut.
What did he do?
The last 5.
I know, man. I want the guy to win.
A top 5 in his last 5?
Yeah. I want the guy to win because he's so freaking nice.
And that's the thing. It's like, I know that, like, this course, if you know how to play this course...
It's perfect for him. He's got all the shot shaping abilities. He's got the driver. He's got the irons. And he's, I don't know what his stats are this year with the putter, but, like, historically speaking, he's a perfect player. Yep. There's no reason from a stats, data, numbers point of view why there's no explanation as to why he hasn't won yet. I think it's like purely mental. I think for whatever reason, he has like those split second judgment calls that like, I could hit a hybrid here and get there in 2, or I could just take my 7 and lay up, but I'm going to, you know what I mean? And it's like, whatever, and he either slices it or hooks it, whatever it is, goes in the freaking pond.
Too much in his head, you think?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I think if the live guys don't play well, especially, then there's certainly opportunity for him.
There's opportunity
for everybody.
Yeah, for everyone, but
he's played well enough and finished well enough that there's reason to think he can put together a solid tournament again.
I hope so. Because I love him as a player and a guy. Because I mean, I know he's a big family guy. I think he carries himself very well. And like I said, he's got all of the tools to get it done. I'm just looking at like kind of how he's played recently. 24th at Arnold Palm. Well, sorry, at the Genesis because he almost won that 2 years ago. 20th Genesis, 24th at the Arnie Palms, 19th at the Players, and then at the WGC 17th. So he means top 25 in each of those events. So
I can give you one more if you want one more.
Yeah,
since you're
let's hear it. I've got two.
Getting some shade.
Motto for motto here.
Getting some shade on Tony.
No, it's not shade. Shut up.
Max Homa.
You took mine.
Did I?
Yeah, I hate you.
Okay, well, it wasn't on the sheet.
Yeah, I know, but I said I got another one. But no, I don't actually hate you. No, mine. So mine.
There's no line there.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I've got Cam Young, and my other one is Max Homa. I think when you look at Cam is just hot right now, and he's an unbelievable player.
That Hansel's so hot right now,
dude. Tell me about it. He's got. Hold on. Let me just look. I want to look at his record here. If I can find it. Here we go. Yeah, man. He's coming in like a wild stallion right now. Hair on fire. Kind of reminds me of like Zalatoris from a couple years back where he, like, I'm not saying he's won everything, but like he's just competing very well. You know, I mean, if you just look at like tail end of last year and leading into the early part of this year, took third at the World Hero Challenge, QBE shootout, took 7th, 13th at the Century of Tournaments, 26th at American Express. Phoenix Open didn't have really a great, showing there. 20th at Genesis, top 10, took 10th at the Arnold Palmers. Players didn't do so hot, finished in the, just outside the top 50. And then WGC took 2nd. I mean, dude, he's slinging, and he hits the ball a mile. And that's like, I think, and it's accurate. It's like on a freaking line. And he's a really good iron player from what I've seen. I like him. And Max Homa is like, I want Max to win. That's who I really want this year. He
is 28. No, sorry, Cam won. Cam Young is 28-1.
Okay.
So that could potentially be a good sprinkle.
Yeah, we gotta. Should we do another episode like parlay picks? We might have to do that.
Homa is 20-1.
Okay, so virtually, right there.
He is 1, 2, 3, 4. So Scheffler 5-1.
Okay.
Rory at 15-2. So 7.5-1.
Okay, yeah.
Rahm at 9.
Okay.
Spieth at 15.
Too high.
And then you have Cam Smith, Colin Morikawa, Homa, Cantlay, all at 20. So he's in your second batch.
Okay.
You got like your leaders there, and then
I would definitely argue. Granted, Spieth is playing very well this year.
Yes.
And I like Spieth a lot. I think Homa deserves, with how he's playing, I think he deserves to be much higher than that. I think that's a little jab.
Well, then, hey, for all of our viewers, that could be a potential value play.
You heard it here first. Spicy Golf Co.
They have him in front of Xander and JT. Those guys are both 22.
Yeah, neither. Xander's playing okay. JT is not playing well.
For sure. But,
well,
I mean, respect.
If Max wins, we're flying everyone to Augusta. And that's just...
I will take you up there.
That'll be one hell of a giveaway. Yikes. We will... This company will go under before it even began. No, I like those. I think those are both solid. Okay, let's round this out. Who's taking it, though? Who's taking it? Who do you got for your winner?
Rory.
You're going with Rory?
I am.
Okay.
I am. I think he is playing well. I think for the story, it'll be great.
Yep, definitely.
PGA, it's a victory for.
I think they really want him to win. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And if it can't be Tiger, Rory.
I'm with you on that. I would love to see Rory win. He, next to Max Homa, he is the second guy I'm cheering for the most this week and weekend. But, dude, I think Scotty's going back to back.
Man's playing well.
It just like there hasn't been a key tournament So we're not sure where we cut off. So
we're just gonna wing it. That'll be good.
Who are you predicting to win?
Rory.
Great. I'm going with Scotty. Fantastic.
Do we want to go over why?
I don't.
You had a nice little monologue about.
I know.
Scotty.
I felt that got cut off.
Yeah, I think you need to say it again just in case.
So the analogy was freshman playing on the varsity squad. You know, you could have a great year. I think for most, it's, you know, you're learning, you're figuring it out. You're figuring out how to operate amongst players that are larger, better, faster than you.
Maybe some good moments, some flashes.
Yeah, some flashes. Yeah. But then you come back for your sophomore season. It's like, now you look around, it's like, oh, everyone is a lot less bigger.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You're more confident.
Off season.
You got a full off season to train.
Yeah. You know the system. You know the scheme.
You know the system, the schemas, and you know those guys don't look so intimidating anymore. Yeah. And I think, yeah, again, you can either have the slump or you can just have the high risers. And I think Scotty's going to be a high rise kind of guy coming back to defend his title. He knows the course. He knows his game.
Well, they all know the course.
Yeah. Well, he's won on it. My point is, he's proven himself. So I think it's always. You know, some always say it's like the hardest is breaking through the first time.
Yeah.
And I think that is true for most. And, you know, whether or not he defends, we'll see. But I think he's got a really good shot to, you know, make a really, really good shot or have a really good showing.
I fully agree. So he should be in the conversation on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so too. So.
Now, I do have a very important question, though.
Okay. Let's do it before we close out.
Yeah. So you were just giving us the analogy about, you know, the freshman on the varsity squad. And then you can have either the high or the low sophomore year. Which did you have?
I definitely had a high rise. Oh, yeah. Definitely did. For sure.
Okay.
I did. Freshman year, I made varsity. I started.
And this is soccer.
This is soccer,
for
so
viewers.
Not golf. No, it was good. I had a freshman year, we won state. Sophomore year, I think I was the third leading assist, maybe fourth. Might have been fourth, actually. But yeah, no, it was good, man. We got to the state semifinals. We got robbed. We found out later, this is no joke, we found out later that the opposing team had paid him off. Yeah, and we got him fired.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't strip the team of their title, but fuck
fun.
you, Slinger, you suck. But yeah, that's it. That's the story. What about you?
Good enough. I had the slump.
You had the slump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Freshman year, went out there. I wasn't on varsity, but 25 goals. Freshman year in soccer.
That's legit.
It was, yeah. Played very well.
Yeah.
On JV. And sophomore year, just couldn't quite match it. Different coach, different system.
Yeah.
Put in a different position and just couldn't quite replicate it.
Okay. Well, we talk a little bit of soccer here, too.
Yeah.
So,
one more question for you.
Do it.
Related.
Do it, and then we're going to outro.
Spieth.
Okay.
Another heartbreaking top 3 finish for the man. He's had five in the last 8 years.
5 in the last 8 years.
5 top 3s in the last 8 years. Five top 3 or better.
Wow, really?
In the last 8 years. 2nd in 14, 1 in 15, 2nd in 16, 3rd in 18, 3rd in 21.
Damn. Look, man, Spieth is such an anomaly. Like it's so hard to figure him out, and the reason I say that is because every shot looks like life or death to him. It's like, dude,
he looked pained playing the game of golf.
Dude, it looks so like
he's talking to himself the whole time.
He looks so like that's got to be so stressful.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's having fun.
No, at all. And like, yeah, I don't know, man, and. Yeah, it looks way too stressful.
Yeah.
I have a very tough time watching Spieth now because it's like no matter if the shot is good or bad, there's always some type of commentary that like, wait, was that a good did he like that? Did he not like that? I don't really know. And it's like, I'm sick of being confused.
Yeah.
Would I love him to see him win? Of course. Big Spieth guy. But
I mean, I feel like with the career he's had,
I think he'd be great for spicy golf.
I think so too.
I think we should get him endorsed.
Yeah.
We will try.
No, I mean, I think for the career he's had, he should probably have done better than what he's done.
Yeah, I would say so.
Especially in 16.
Came out hot.
So it would be nice for him to live up to the expectations that I think people had from him earlier on.
Well, he's one shy of grabbing all the Masters, all the majors, for the Grand Slam.
So is Rory.
So is Rory as well.
He just needs this one.
Yep. So we'll see, man. I think I'm very excited. Like you were saying before, I think this year sets up very well where it's like there's a lot of dudes that are playing very, very well, and it's everyone's, game kind of thing. And so I think I don't know. I think it's really cool. Sure.
We don't have to.
So Chris really wants to talk. Okay, so
I think
it's March Madness. Jim Nantz is retired. Go ahead. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
I think it's interesting.
He's typing like a
interesting
storyline.
Jim Nantz. He just retired from calling the Final Four and the March Madness tournament, but apparently he is going to still do the trophy presentations each tournament, or at least next tournament.
Yeah.
So it just is like, why?
I don't get it.
Like, do you still need to insert yourself some way into March Madness, but you don't want to have to call games?
Yeah, that's like.
I think that's what it kind of feels like.
It definitely feels like that with frickin' what's his name, who's coming back to commentate the Masters. Why am I blanking? Oh, come on.
Davis Lowe?
No, Faldo. Jeez.
Oh, Nick Faldo.
Yeah, Faldo's coming back. Where it's like, I thought we were done with Faldo.
Yeah.
And I think Nantz is way better than Faldo. Not to they're not equal. But
no, and so this will be the last time that we will hear the dulcet tones of Jim Nantz and hello friends.
Hello friends. 3
March Madness weekends in a row, and then the Masters.
Yeah.
Last time for him saying, and now it's on to the Masters.
It's on
like
to
he
the
loves
Masters.
to do.
Yeah.
So I think that is just a little unique angle. I also wonder too if he is going to sport by sport retire.
Probably.
And we're just gonna have like the retirement of Jim Nantz's golf career, his NFL career.
It's gonna be the Nantz tour for
I mean, I hope if he does that when it comes time when he decides to stop with football.
Yeah.
That the highlight reel doesn't have a lot of Nantz and Tony Romo calls on it.
Damn.
God. Because
Dude, I can't even think about that right now. This is making me I'm literally starting to sweat because I'm just getting mad. I'm not dealing with that. So anyways,
but yes.
So basically to sum Chris's point up, cherish Nantz and his.
You don't know how much longer
we just don't know. We just don't know. I want to thank Average Golfer Chris. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
We hope to do another one.
Yep, anytime.
I'm sure we will. Those are the preview predictions. As I was saying before, sort of, we do have a Masters themed merch drop. We got a new cap. We've also got a new sweatshirt coming out as well. You can check our Instagram page for that. If you guys have comments, if you hated the show, loved our takes, hated our takes, regardless, hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, hit the dislikes too. We'll take them. Yep. Send us the comments. We'd love to chat some more about Masters all week long. Maybe we'll do a recap. We'll see.
Hey, we'll see.
We'll see how we're feeling. We'll be hanging out this weekend. Yeah, because I would like to see how everything pans out, and I guess
obviously they're all going to be correct.
Yeah, duh. But thank you guys for tuning in again. SpicyGolfCode.com. You can find all the merch on there. And let us know what you think. And until next time, keep it spicy.